Hello my dear students, I am welcoming you all for the online chemistry classes. I am very thankful to the Gyankunj Academy, especially the principal ma'am, Sudha Pandey ma'am. She has given me the opportunity to bring some concepts regarding the class 10th NCERT syllabus. So today we are going to start the chemistry first chapter, that is the chemical reactions and equations. So today let us try to understand what are chemical reactions. Chemical reaction is a process in which certain substances, we'll call those substances as reactant, gets converted into different substances. We'll call those different substances as products with different properties. What does it mean? It means that chemical reaction is that process in which reactants are getting converted into products. So here I have mentioned reactants as certain substances and products as the substances, means different substances we are going to get. We'll call those different substances as product. So I have mentioned over here that see, the reactants are getting converted into products. Let us assume the reactant as the hypothetical substances A and B. So here A and B are mentioned as reactants. So these A and B are getting converted into C and D, which are different from A and B. So here A and B represents reactants and C and D represents products. So what I have mentioned, see at the bottom, that both will have different properties. I mean, whatever the products are getting formed in a chemical reaction, those product will have different properties from that of what? Reactants. इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि जब भी केमिकल रिएक्शन होगा प्रोडक्ट का फॉर्मेशन होगा. प्रोडक्ट का फॉर्मेशन किसके थ्रू होगा? रिएक्टेंट्स के थ्रू होगा. यानी रिएक्टेंट्स विल बी कन्वर्टेड इनटू प्रोडक्ट and the property of product will be different from that of the reactant. Let us try to understand this with an example. I will put some certain examples. Let us see that, because these examples are going to clear that what are chemical reactions more precisely and correctly. So let us take the very first example from the whole chapter. So see this one. One substance Mg, it is called as magnesium. This is present in the form of ribbon. Magnesium ribbon, when it is burnt in presence of what? Oxygen, it gets converted into a different substance. That different substance will be called as magnesium oxide. You see, this magnesium MgO is the formula of magnesium oxide. So here magnesium oxide is our product, which is going to be formed when this magnesium ribbon is burnt in presence of oxygen. So magnesium and oxygen here both represents what? Reactants. And what is for the product in this one reaction? This is magnesium oxide. So the property of magnesium oxide will be different from the property of magnesium and oxygen. One thing also I have mentioned over here, that see this one. Just in front of the symbol of magnesium I have written S, and symbol of oxygen I have written, in front of that I have written G. What does these indicates? S, G and S, this represents the state of that substance. That particular substance is present in which state? It is present in solid state or it is present in gaseous state. So here Let us try to get a different set of example from the chapter only. See this one. I'm taking another substance. This substance is zinc. Zinc is usually present in the solid state when it is being dissolved in the aqueous HCl. What is this HCl? HCl is a different substance. HCl, this is hydrogen chloride. When zinc granules are dissolved in the hydrochloric acid, they will form different substances. One will be zinc chloride and another will be what? H2. This is present in the gaseous state, solid state, aqueous state, and this is the solid state. So here basically this equation is the balanced equation. We will see later on that how to balance the chemical reactions. So what are the reactants over here? The zinc and hydrogen chloride both are what? Reactants. So these are reactants, and ZnCl2 and hydrogen, these are what? The products. And also one more thing, that the property of zinc chloride and hydrogen will be different from the property of zinc and hydrogen chloride. So this is also one of the example of what? A chemical reaction. Let me take another set of example to get more clarity on what are chemical reactions. Now dissolve this zinc again in a different set of substance. This is H2SO4. What is H2SO4? This is sulfuric acid. Aqueous state. This is the zinc present in the solid state. When zinc granules are dissolved in sulfuric acid, what will formed? ZnSO4. This is zinc sulfate will be formed, and another one hydrogen gas will be evolved. Now see, in this set of chemical reaction, the reactants are, these two are what? Reactants, and these two set are what? Your products. So again, one more thing, the property of zinc sulfate and hydrogen are different from the property of zinc and sulfuric acid. So this is another example of what? A chemical reaction. Let us take another example from your book. See this one. PbNO3 whole twice. What is this one? This is lead nitrate. This is present usually in the aqueous state, and another, I am dissolving this lead nitrate in potassium iodide. This is also another aqueous solution. So what I have done over here, I have taken two substances, two different substances. These two substances are going to act as a reactant. So I am dissolving this lead nitrate in a solution of lead nitrate in potassium iodide. So what will be formed over here? You will see PbI2. This is the precipitate, solid state, and another one will be potassium nitrate. If I will balance it, I have to make here 2, another one here 2. So now this is potassium iodide. Potassium iodide. This is lead iodide, and this one is potassium nitrate. Now, what are reactants and what are products in this chemical reaction? So here on the left hand side, this lead nitrate and potassium iodide are what? Your reactants. These two are reactants, and the other two which are present on the right hand side, this lead iodide and potassium nitrate, these two are what? These two will be called as products. So here usually in a chemical reaction, products are placed in right hand side, that is RHS, and reactants are usually placed in LHS, that is left hand side. So this reaction is very important from your examination point of view. We will see this is a type of chemical reaction, different type of a chemical reaction we will deal with later on. Now let us take another example, because these examples are going to make us clear that what the chemical reactions are. Now see. A very popular chemical equation of class 10th, it is there. See this one. This is the aqueous form of dissolved carbon dioxide, where it reacts with H2O present in liquid state. When these two are present, these are allowed to react in presence of two things: sunlight and chlorophyll. Very popular chemical reaction of class 10th. So these two, when reacts in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, they will form different set of substances. One will be your glucose, C6H12 and O6. This is also present in its aqueous state, that glucose. One is H2O liquid again, another one is dissolved oxygen, which is present in gaseous state. So here this aqueous form of carbon dioxide and the dissolved form of carbon dioxide and H2O, these two are acting as what? Reactants. Basically this is a chemical reaction of photosynthesis, and here this glucose, H2O and O2 all are what? Your products. Again here products are present in the right hand side and the reactants are present in the left hand side. So the property of these substances will be different from these substances, means to say that the property of the products are different from the property of the reactant. Now let us take one more example of a chemical reaction, and this will definitely make us clear that what the chemical reactions are. Now let us dissolve this copper, solid copper, in HNO3. What is HNO3? This is the nitric acid. This is present in its aqueous state, and this is, so copper is present usually in the form of solid state. When this copper, when dissolved in the nitric acid, it will form a different substance, that is CuNO3 whole twice. This is copper 2 nitrate, and another substance which is going to be formed over here is H2, which is present in the gaseous state. If you will balance it, it will be 2HNO3. So here copper and nitric acid, these are what? Nitric acid, these are what? Reactants, placed in left hand side. And here copper nitrate and hydrogen are your products, which are present in right hand side. So this is very important. So I am sure that I have given a lot of examples of the chemical reactions, that what are chemical reactions. It is very much clear that the products and reactants are separated by an arrow mark. So what is present? Arrow mark should differentiate between certain substances known as products and reactants. Okay, thank you.